to Women Finding Clarity. I'm your host, Pascal Cook Fernandez. And sticking with this month's theme, Love Yourself First, I have to ask, what are you feeling about Valentine's Day? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or do your feelings fall somewhere in the middle? I most definitely fall somewhere in the in between. While I believe that you can never have too much love in your life, and any reason is a good reason to celebrate love. That's always welcome. But that said, for me, I also feel like Valentine's Day is a Hallmark holiday. And like most holidays, at least here in the US, it's geared toward commercialism. Instead of focusing on just one day to celebrate love, let's try to lead with love every single day. When you think about February, Valentine's Day, and even the phrase lead with love, who's coming to mind for you? My husband and kids immediately come into my mind. And I also know that there are loads of women who celebrate Galentine's Day, focusing on their best girlfriends. No matter who comes to mind for you, you're not wrong. It's never wrong to celebrate the love that you carry in your heart. And over the years, I've learned that it's so important to practice self love and celebrate yourself with a capital S, not only on those special days like Valentine's Day, but every single day. Why does this topic matter? Because so many women overextend themselves in relationships and forget to nurture their own needs. Does that sound familiar? I'm guessing it does. In case you haven't considered it before now, loving yourself first is actually the key to having thriving relationships in your life each and every day, no matter what month it is. I used to think that self love meant those pampering moments like getting a massage or treating myself to a pedicure. Those fabulous indulgences are definitely ways to nurture yourself, but they're not the whole picture. So, what does self love really mean? It's not indulgence, it's self respect, self acceptance, and self worth. I'm going to say that again for those of you in the back. Loving yourself with a capital S means having self respect, self acceptance, and self worth. If you're new here, know that you are yourself with a capital S, the you that resides within your physical body. It's easy to nurture and care for others, but the difficulty comes when you aren't sure how to do the same for yourself. With that in mind, I'll offer you a little hack that works for me. Try to imagine that there are two of you, sitting or standing side by side. The physical you, who is sitting in your chair or driving in your car, listening to my voice, and then the you who you can turn and look at to love and care for, just like you do with your loved ones. So there's the you who's sitting in your chair. And then if you turned and looked beside you, there's another you. And that is the one that you can focus your self love on. It feels easier for some reason to have compassion and to want to love and care for someone else. That's why imagining that there's a separate you is a great way to ease yourself into self love. The truth is, when you love yourself first, you set the standard for how others treat you. If you do not honor and care for your own physical, mental, and emotional well being, you're giving others permission to do or not do the same. If you don't set and maintain healthy boundaries for your own self, other people will not respect your boundaries either. The universe is a mirror. What we bring to the mirror, we see in the mirror. I'm going to say that again. The universe is a mirror. What we bring to the mirror, we see in the mirror. So, what are some other signs of strong self love? Speaking kindly to yourself, honoring your boundaries, prioritizing your own needs. What other signs of self love are coming up for you right now? Maybe spend 10 to 15 minutes journaling questions like, how do I show myself, with a capital S, love? How do I want to be loved by others? And finally, how can my mirror reflect strong self love? A few more ways to consider how self love transforms relationship through healthy boundaries, releasing guilt, and attracting aligned relationships looks like this. In healthy boundaries, how can saying no to things that don't feel in resonance for you, so you're protecting your energy, how can that strengthen your connection to other people? As far as releasing guilt, the myth that putting yourself first is selfish is just that. It's a myth. True self worth starts with being selfish. It starts with focusing on yourself with a capital S, having good self care, respecting your boundaries, having self worth, all of the things we've already talked about, and letting go of any thoughts or feelings that say that that is wrong. And I want to remind you that if you're taking care of your own needs by, say, creating a boundary that connects your that protects your mental and your emotional well being. If someone looks at that and says you're selfish for that, well, if they love you, don't they want you to take care of your emotional and your mental well being? Is it selfish in a bad way? I don't think it is. And conversely, I would say, aren't they being selfish because they won't allow you or don't want you to protect your own mental and emotional well being? Release that guilt, turn that stuff around on the other person, because taking care of yourself is selfish in the best possible way. When you value yourself, you attract people who respect you and uplift you. So, I want to share with you some practical ways to cultivate self love. The first way is affirmations for self worth. And if you do not receive my monthly newsletter, I invite you to go to my website, www.womenfindingclarity.com, and subscribe to my email list, because this email came out at the beginning of the month. Affirmations for self-worth. I am worthy of love just as I am. I honor my needs and speak my truth with confidence. I release self-doubt and embrace my infinite worth. And finally, I choose to show up for myself with love and compassion every day. Again, if you don't already receive my newsletter, head over to womenfindingclarity.com and just click on that subscribe. Another practical way to cultivate self love is with daily self love rituals like mirror work, which might look like speaking those affirmations out loud while looking into your own eyes in a mirror. It also might be daily or even weekly journaling, or maybe taking yourself on solo dates. Sit in a restaurant by yourself or take a walk alone. Get used to and get comfortable with being in your own company. And finally, because I can't leave it out, energy work for self love. Try things like heart chakra balancing, maybe schedule yourself a Reiki session, or find a meditation for self love on YouTube and do that a couple of times a week. Remember, when you love yourself, your relationships will start to thrive. Hop into our private Facebook community, Connection and Clarity, and answer the posted question, what's one way you will show yourself love this week? As always, thank you for spending time with me. And remember, life doesn't come with a roadmap. So let Women Finding Clarity be your compass, where clarity, confidence, joy, and love are always within reach. Good night. Thank you for being in our Women Finding Clarity community. If you're enjoying this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite listening platform, and share it with someone you know so they can find clarity from the conversation as well. Remember, the universe is abundant and success is your birthright. Let's align, elevate, and thrive together, one conversation at a time. See you next week.